What's up, weirdos? My name's Felicia and I like scary movies. And today I am reviewing my third and I think final film of the Chattanooga Film Festival, and that is Koko-Di, Koko-Da. So I had heard about this movie a little bit as it's been on the festival circuit. It's a Swedish film by Johannes Nyholm, and it is sad and beautiful and brutal and incredible. So I could sing the praise of this movie all day, but I'll tell you a little bit of plot first. And that is that we have a couple that suffers a horrible tragedy at the start of this movie. And then they decide years later to kind of go on a trip together to rekindle their relationship and try to just get away from it all. And on that trip, they basically get stuck in this nightmare loop of these come to life nursery rhyme characters that kill them over and over and over again. And this couple just keeps waking up and the nursery characters find them and kill them. And no matter what they do every time, it's sort of like this really messed up Groundhog Day situation where every time they wake up, they try a different approach to survive, but every time they are caught. First of all, this movie is fully a film about grief, and it's just so well done because the way in which this nightmare loop works for this couple, it has this feeling of and this is just my interpretation, but grief being almost worse than death because it feels like death, but you're still alive to feel it all, and then you just have to feel it all the time over and over and over and over again. And I just thought it was so moving. And also in this nightmare loop, the couple, their relationship has become very strained because of this tragedy that they had suffered, and they're not really working together at all. And it's sort of okay, maybe if they could come together, they could maybe get out of this loop, but they don't. And so they're stuck in it. And it's just, I don't know, this whole look about grief and the characters that they created for these nursery rhyme characters. There's sort of the ringleader, the old man. He sort of leads them all. We have this woman with this big magical hair. And then we have this sort of giant character. We have this dog that is ferocious. And then we also have a dead dog, and I don't know what the dead dog is necessarily representing in this. If anyone has any interpretations, please let me know down below. But we do see the dead dog at times as well. And then I also just love the contrast of these nursery rhyme, I'm not even sure if that's what they are, but these characters that feel very childlike and fantastic and, fantasy, and them being the ones that are hunting and murdering is such a cool contrast that I really like. But along with the contrast of how these characters are visually represented and their actions, it's also it informs the way in which they kill. There's a lot of this feeling of these characters playing with their food, if that makes sense. The ringleader, as I'm saying, let me see what the actor's name is. Oh, actually I don't know because there's no IMDb pictures on this at all, okay? But the ringleader, the old man, he is so, he likes to humiliate along with kill. It's not just about the murdering for him, it's very much about the humiliation. And there's something about that is so dark in this movie, and so that's what sort of makes this really scary and unsettling, that it's not just about this couple sort of going through the grief and being killed over and over, but it's about being totally ripped apart, humiliated emotionally and then physically. It's just brutal, and at times makes you cringe. I don't know, but it's effective, that's for sure. But yes, this movie is amazing. Yes, in terms of themes and storytelling, that's all great. But also this movie, in terms of the cinematography, is so disorienting and pointed at the same time. For example, we see a lot of perspective of the camera being placed in the back seat of the car the couple is driving. And we see this a lot, the camera will be sitting there and you can see, the driver and the passenger, and they're and that's where the camera is sitting. And then sometimes they'll get out of the car, and instead of changing the shot, the camera just stays in the car and just sort of follows them out. And there's sort of this like perspective of the camera being like sort of always watching them, and it's so like unnerving in a way that they're sort of always being watched. I don't know. There's also some sequences of like shadow puppets of these bunnies going through what the parents are going through, and all of the whole thing I just think is kind of a masterpiece. Ooh, and also the sound, the music, and the nursery rhyme. I don't know if it's a nursery rhyme that existed previously, if Koko-Di, Koko-Da is this song that already existed that he used for this movie, or that it was created for this movie. I'm not really sure, but I just thought it was all so meaningful and perfect and sad. Just sad, but good. But yeah, I mean, I don't have any negatives about this movie. I just think it's kind of beautiful. All right, and that is it, people. Once this movie comes to VOD or anything like streaming, whatever, I will link it in the description of this video. But I hope at some point soon you get to check this movie out because it's so good. But that's it, people. I will see you in my next video. I hope you enjoyed my few reviews from the Chattanooga Film Festival. Truly had the best time ever. Really enjoyed it. And that's it for now. I hope you all have a nice scream, and see you soon.